Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, Vice President Faisal Naseem, distinguished foreign ministers, distinguished representatives of the Indian Foundation, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum and a good evening to you all. Welcome to the fourth edition of the Indian Ocean Conference, entitled Securing the Indian Ocean Region, the Traditional and Non-Traditional Challenges. It is our pleasure to be your co-host along with the Indian Foundation. I hope your journey here has been pleasant and the arrangements made on your behalf excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, consider these simple facts. The great ocean that our countries call home boasts 40% of the world's oceanic trade, half of its container shipping, and 2/3 of its maritime oil trade. Its sea lanes of communications are oceanic highways, providing sustenance and commercial opportunity for over 2.7 billion people. The strategic significance of its critical straits from Malacca in the east to Hormuz in the west attracts the attention of the world's nations anxious to ensure their access to waterways and their continued freedom to navigation. It is more vital than ever to regularly convene forums such as this so that together we can effectively resolve our common concerns. At the heart of our concerns should be ensuring the security and prosperity of our peoples. The three priority areas that we will focus on during this event: ensuring navigational security, addressing the ever-looming threat of terrorism, and protecting our marine ecology, are essential to that security and to our continued well-being. With regard to navigational security, we cannot overstate just how important this is to the Maldives. The ocean has been our lifeblood since as far back as our history reaches, the territory of the Maldives being comprised mostly of water. Even today, ensuring the regular and safe flow of commerce, cargo, and maritime travel in accordance with the provision of the United Nations Convention for Law of the Sea is paramount. Further, effectively policing our territorial waters and vast exclusive economic zone of approximately 1 million square kilometers is vital to preventing illicit maritime activity, including human and narcotics trafficking, and to safeguarding our essential fish stocks from encroachment by foreign vessels in the form of illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. The Maldives will implement measures internally to increase our maritime domain awareness while partnering with neighboring militaries for joint patrols and exercises such as the ones we presently conduct with Sri Lanka and India in the name of the Dosti trial exercises to safeguard our waters from trespass and illegal activity. Unfortunately, terrorism and violent extremism has become a regular threat in the 21st century. Its driving factors include geopolitical strife and the various cultural and economic dislocations wrought by globalization are no strangers to our region. No, unfortunately, are the opportunists who take advantage of vulnerable young minds and twist religion for their own sinister ends. We are reminded of these sad truths on the Easter Sunday of this year by the cowardly terrorist acts perpetrated on our neighbor and friend Sri Lanka, which killed so many innocent people. It is essential to upgrade our security measures and facilitate information sharing across regional intelligence agencies in order to meet and fully eradicate this menace. To be successful in this endeavor, we must also candidly address the underlying factors which drive violent extremism. Preserving the integrity and diversity of our marine ecology is also another crucial priority area for our collective security that we will be discussing during this conference. Particularly alarming for the Maldives has been the deep decline in the Indian Ocean's fish stock that are so essential to us as a source of dietary sustenance and economic enterprise, with tuna-based products comprising the bulk of our exports. To truly understand the gravity of the issue, we must reflect on the Atlantic Ocean's state failure to prevent the complete collapse of its northwest cod fishery stocks, because the precautionary measures there to prove too little, too late. If tuna stocks in the Indian Ocean suffers a similar fate, it will have a devastating impact on all our communities and small island states, such as us in particular. The Maldives will do its part to ensure that we will abide by sustainable fishing practices, and we enjoin all our international friends and regional partners to do the same. Ladies and gentlemen, in truth, we cannot meet any of these challenges well if we are lacking effective institutions that can properly regulate and oversee progress in all of these spheres. We must be honest and acknowledge our shortcomings in this regard. The Indian Ocean region, especially in its South Asian core, is one of the most fully integrated regions in the world. This is costing us not only in terms of effective collaboration on sustainable issues, but also materially as well, consigning our people to a slower pace of economic progress. Consider that interregional trade in South Asia comprises a dismal 5% of our collective GDP. Contrast this to ASEAN countries' 25%. It has been estimated that if we reduce our non-tariff trade barriers within the Indian Ocean region, we can increase our collective gross national product by $568 billion, underscoring the great loss we suffer by not doing our utmost to facilitate political and economic linkages between us. The Maldives is keenly resolved to increase the scale and depth of all our cooperation across the entire expanse of the Indian Ocean. We believe that this is the best accomplished through effective regional organizations dedicated to such ends. One organization which is fast becoming the main vehicle for providing for the Indian Ocean a coherent governance framework has been the Indian Ocean Rivers Association, which since its founding in 1997 has brought together the littoral states of our ocean into a formal body devoted to increasing the well-being of all of its people. Joining IORA has been a long-standing foreign policy goal of the Maldives for many years. We are elated when at the 18th Council of Ministers meeting held in Durban, South Africa last year, we are finally approved for membership. This decision will be formalized at the 19th Council of Ministers meeting, which will be held next month in Dubai. As the Maldives prepares for membership in this important organization, we will lay the groundwork for proactive involvement by engaging on every single one of the substantial policy issues relevant to the Indian Ocean. This conference provides us a wonderful opportunity to do just that. We are keen on learning from the collective expertise of our distinguished panelists, speakers, and guests so that we can in turn make our positive contributions to the many spheres of common interest that we share. I'm eager to hear from all of you, and I hope that this forum proves a fruitful one, which will aid us in our overarching goal of building a more secure and prosperous Indian Ocean region. Thank you very much.